Hello, beer troopers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets, today joined by
Brett
of Anomyces. Today, checking out some more Brazilian craft beer, courtesy of Nice Beers on Instagram. Thanks a ton for the beer, dudes. Dude. He was kind enough to send 2 cans of Brazil. So he's a Brazilian himself, living in Amsterdam, and he was kind enough to send some Brazilian coffee stouts that he wanted to try. It's quite a while back since he sent it, but it's one of those situations with stouts, you put them to the back. Because it's stouts. But now we're cracking them because they are coffee stouts. And it was after we reviewed the Trilha stouts, which we really enjoyed. Those were fantastic. So they're both from Salvador Brewing in Brazil. And this is the beans. And the other one is called Engesa oil, which probably means engine oil.
Yeah.
This one...
The coffee edition.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this one is a collab with Necrodoce and Dude Coffee. So this one is pure coffee. This one is coffee, but also cocoa nibs and almonds. So I'm thinking we should start with this one.
Yeah.
As it doesn't have all the extra additions, but it's a little bit stronger actually.
Okay.
I think still it makes sense to try the non-coffee or non-extra adjunct version first.
Yeah.
But I think this also has lactose. Yeah, it says lactose as well here. And Malto de trigo, extrato de café, and hops and stuff like that. But yeah, and flocos. Havia en flocos. So
I'm not that good at Portuguese.
No, I don't understand anything. And actually, Nice Beer said he has some info for us.
But it smells
but
really
I haven't been
good
able
from
to get a hold of him. So, but we just decided to crack them. Maybe, I think this is just pure coffee as far as I can gather from the label. But let's check it out. So pours a fairly nice, thick-looking black color in the glass.
A little fizzy, but
a little fizzy, yeah, but you can definitely swirl up ahead, even though it dies down fairly quickly. But what's there is nice, tan looking.
Yeah.
Check out the aroma. Oh yeah, big time coffee, huge coffee.
Yeah. Mocha.
Yes, and definitely like green coffee, almost like bell pepper.
Yeah, but it's like to me, it's that we've talked about it almost like pistachio kind of
yes,
thing,
like a green nuttiness.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all there is to it. Besides that, there's definitely a classic roast malt profile as well, like a really nice roasted maltiness.
Dark chocolate.
Yes. A little bit of dark fruit as well. Like I'm getting a raisiny figgy vibe.
Yeah, maybe almost.
Almost like
dried cherry.
Yeah, and dark chocolate.
Yeah.
It smells pretty good. It's super coffee forward.
Yeah.
So let's try it.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for the beers. Nice beers. Not as thick as the Trilhas.
But it's very smooth.
Yeah, and very like velvety. A very big coffee character. High acidity, and I think it's coffee. It doesn't taste like lactic acidity. It's like acidic flavor, also from roasted malt. A lot of stouts nowadays it's all about sweetness and fudginess, but naturally in stouts you get high acidity because of roasted malts and caramel malts. They have more acidity than a regular base malt, so you always have a lower pH, and you sense that in this. Not like that it's sour, it just has like a kind of like in red wines you get acidity too.
Yeah.
It's almost a similar thing.
It's just like a slightly dark fruity, or as you say, like coffee acidity. Like dark chocolate also has acidity. So yeah, it's just similar to that.
Really nice coffee character. Again, it's maybe not as say like dark fruity or green coffee bean. I think it's definitely like mocha, like as you said, on the flavor.
Yeah, it's a bit more milk chocolatey.
Yeah, and I think that's lactose. There's definitely a little bit of a milky lactose thing, not crazy amounts, but it's there. Good fizz of carbonation, like maybe a little more than I prefer in the style.
Yeah. I think my glass is actually pretty smooth.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Also after swirling it for a bit. Yeah. But it does also have some sweetness, but it's got a good balance. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice coffee stout. I'm not floored or blown away, but I think it's a good coffee stout.
It's, very tasty.
So let's try and move on to the beans here. So again, this was cocoa nibs and also almonds. Also lactose in this one. Yeah. This almost also has like a little bit of an almondy or something, but that could be from the lactose.
Almost like almond milk.
Yeah.
Because of that lactose thing.
So it looks very similar, but it looks like it's a tad darker.
Yeah.
Like, just a little more robust looking color. Like
also, when you poured it, it just looked a bit more hefty. And a tan head on there. Let's check out the aroma on this one. Ooh, a very green, very pistachio-like coffee character. But it also has an interesting... I don't know. It's almond. Maybe there's a weird nuttiness. Like, that's something I usually really like. To be 100% honest, it's just like I think maybe this is like almond milk. To be honest. Yeah, but I feel like the green profile right now on this is very intense compared to the other one. It's like almost like a sharp, again like a bell. I don't know if a bell pepper that's like really soft or something. Like it's a very interesting note. It almost has like a chili, like fruity chili. Yeah. And I think a lot of people talk about like when they don't like coffee beers too much is when it goes into this profile. But this also happens sometimes with age. With coffee stouts. And it was canned on the 11th last year. Yeah. So we're drinking it in August. It's 8-9 months old. I'm not smelling too much chocolate, other than like a classic chocolate aroma in a stout. Yeah. It smells nice too. I mean, there maybe a little less coffee character on this than the other one. Yeah. Let's try it. Cheers. Let's try it. Cheers. Wow. Infected. 100%. Yeah. Oh, wow. So that's not going to be rated. Interesting. So that's still lactic sourness. Yeah, it's really sour. This has happened a lot lately to me. I know, I had a night where it was 2 cans in a row. This is even more, like A New Start was lactic and sour, but this is even more. Wow, so this is it's matchsticky. It's really it's gone pretty fast actually. Yeah, but maybe this dark fruity thing and this maybe this was thicker. Like it's from the same brewery, so this is definitely got a lactic infection. Like, definitely. I saw people say this one is like really thick beans. And also similar or better than some. I will say it still has mouthfeel, but the lactose that should give mouthfeel is most likely eaten of most of it, I think, because there's no sweetness is eaten by the lactic bacteria. Whereas this, there's still some, for sure, giving it like a creamy mouthfeel. I don't really want to take another sip of this because I don't think it tastes terrible, but I'm not going to grade it, so. Yeah. This seems really oily. That's because the lactose is still in check. Yeah. I don't know if something's going on with this one as well. No, because of that slightly acidic, fruity bite to it. Yeah. If it's going, towards an infection because it's a younger can. Yeah. That might be the case. And when you work with real ingredients like almonds and things like that in these kind of beers, it still might happen. And I've heard some brewers say, well, you need a beer to be at least 10% to not get infections. That's, no. The only way to be 100% sure is after you package. If you do it in bottles, for example, you pasteurize it. Yeah. And in stouts that are so massive in flavor, it's okay. But in a Pilsner, for example, that beer is going to suffer so much. Or an IPA, for that matter. You don't want to cook your IPAs, whereas in a stout, it can handle it better. I wonder in Brazil, because it's so warm, do they just keep everything in the fridge? Like, maybe. Is everything stored in a fridge or like a huge cooler room or something? Because otherwise, they must have huge problems with infections and stuff because everything's like 30 degrees Celsius. But the thing is, you have to think of the infection. When you have an infection, it comes from somewhere. It's not from the heat itself, but it comes from somewhere. Yeah, and the heat helps it develop quickly. Yes, of course, it's better growing grounds for the bacteria. Yeah. But it could be, for example, the can itself that's been, not cleaned or something. It could be their tapping line. It can be from, a cold side on the brewery. It can be from tanks that are not, probably cleaned or whatever. There's so many things that can go wrong. But that's a real shame. Yeah, it's really a shame because it's hard. You can't really. But was this one the one Michael loved? Yeah. Wow. He really loved this one. I've seen and when other did he drink it? Like stout drinkers really say this one is very good. But when did they drink it? In March. Well, there we go. As for ratings, I think this is pretty good. I mean, it's nothing I'm blown away or floored by, but the other one, okay, not so much. It's still a bit hard because
yeah,
There is like a
there
tartness.
is something that's.
And
Yeah.
I noticed it in the beginning. I said, that could just be roasted malt, because there isn't per se like a lactic flavor or that kind of matchsticky
There's not
flavor.
any lactic sourness.
So,
but
but I'm not totally like psyched, and maybe it's also because it's a very like it's also that kind of bell pepper coffee thing, even though it's not as much as this one kind of had in the aroma. But yeah, I don't know, like an 88 or something like that. I don't feel like going 100% 90 just because of like the tartness and everything.
yeah.
Maybe it's max a 90 for me at least, I think.
Yeah. I was thinking like 89, straight 90.
Yeah, it's something around that territory.
Because I think
It's got some good characters, that's
Yeah.
for sure. It's just
I have a feeling that it's maybe an age thing also, but
yeah, it could be. But man, that's a shame with this one because this one sounded pretty fun.
yeah.
But you can't win every time. Once in a while, it still happens. But thanks a ton for the beer. Still nice beers. It was fun to try these. So, if you guys had a chance to try either of these two Brazilian craft beers from Salvador Brewing Company, let us know. And as always, comment, subscribe, share the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And check out Nice Beer's Instagram page. It is Nice Beers on Instagram.
Yeah.
And we're gonna say cheers in the non-infected can. And see you guys in the beer reel.